Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kankarvati Vachalam Ananda Pratham Deshi Guriti. So first of all, I have a recording from the leader of the Society of National Society of Krishna Consciousness for Canada. Some of you might know him. His name is His Holiness Bhakti Mark Swami, and they called him yesterday, and he was able to render an offering for Hariji. So I have this offering here. I'll just share it with you. He's right now not able to make it at this solemn occasion because he's right now doing some efforts of spreading Krishna consciousness in South America and in the Caribbean. So here's the offering from yesterday over the phone.
Honor and respect. This is to give honor and respect to our dear Hari. On behalf of the Krishna Temple, I, Bhakti Mark Swami, would like to express my condolences to family members at the loss of somebody who had a very good heart and helped our temple, our Krishna Temple, for many, many years. May Krishna, and in particular Lord Jagannath, shower him with lots of mercy so that he will be able to have a quick and nice, easy journey back to the home where we all come from. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Today is the official ceremony, so I'll speak because Hariji to me has not left. He's still with us, and I'll speak in the present sense and also in the past. Today is the official ceremony of your passing, Hariji. Today is called the Tirubhav. Just as the rising and the setting of the sun are equally glorious to the eye of the beholder, we do not lament over your passing, Hariji, because you are always with us. The Supreme Lord Krishna proclaims to his devotee Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, he says the embodied soul continually passes in its body from boyhood to youth to old age. The soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sort of person is not bewildered by such a change. Bhagavad Gita, verse 2:15. What Krishna says, you the soul is forever existing. Simply the body's lease is finished, and a new body is up for rent. At a new birth, we all get an ever-fresh, beautiful body called Navayonam. So why do we lament, as Krishna says in chapter 2? He says that in 2.11. It is no coincidence that on this day of January 26th, Republic Day of India, and this verse of 2.13 for Bhagavad Gita is exactly the same verse that's quoted in the daily Gita calendar. So in ISKCON, we have a daily Gita calendar, and this is the verse that's actually quoted on this solemn day of Hariji's Tirubhav. So the verse 2.13 explains that, as Panditji rightly said, is that the soul continues on the journey and we get new bodies. That's called samsara. Hariji, you never lament, and you always had and always will have a smile on your face. You always put smiles on people's faces. Your smile is infectious and brings warmth to hearts, as is the bright sun on a cold winter day. At the Hare Krishna Temple, where we became close friends back in 1987, you did save us for so many years and attended to the smallest of things, which is offering a seat for elder people first. Quoting on with the Bhagavad Gita, Neva aprama nostosti pritavaya naritite sapakam asya danasya krati mahakabayat. In this endeavor, there's no loss or damnation, Krishna says, Arjuna. And a literal advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. The question arises, what is Mahabhayat? What is this most dangerous type of fear? Our acharyas say, it is the greatest danger, this Mahabhayat, of going endlessly from one body to another in this mature world. But even a little seva for Krishna's devotee can deliver you from the cycle of repeated birth and death, samsara. Hariji, by endless seva to devotees, I'm certain that you are transcending this mature world and going back on your journey to Krishna's abode, as His Holiness Bhakti Mark Swami said in his recording. As I said earlier, you always bring joy to people's hearts, and thereby carve Krishna in their mended hearts. So again, it is no coincidence that on this very day, Srila Prabhupada, the Acharya and founder of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, known as ISKCON, or Hare Krishna Movement, more commonly, writes to one of his devotees on this very particular day of January 26th. He says that the life of material existence is just like hard wood. And if we carve Krishna out of it, that is the success of our life. Hariji had many, many qualities of a devotee. In scriptures, according to Acharyas, there are 26 qualities of a devotee. When I looked it up, I found that Hariji exemplified many of these qualities and embodied them. The first quality is that he was kind to everyone. The number 4 quality is that he was equal to everyone. 6th, he was always charitable in terms of seva. The 9th quality is that he was simple without any material possessions. 20, he was always humble. 23, he exhibited compassion. And 22, he was always friendly. So the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 5, verse 18 says, Vidya Vinaya Sampane Bhamni Grami Hastane Swapakacha Swapakacha Pandita Samanta Darshana. That is, the humble sage, with equal and learned knowledge, he sees everyone on the same level because we all have the super soul inside us. Hariji exemplified that value to everyone. Whether you're a sannyasi, whether you're a servant in temple, they're all equally serving Krishna in his eyes. Hare Krishna reminds one immediately, just by his name, immediately of Hare Krishna. In fact, a few people said, he's left his body, but just by his chanting his name, reminded of the Mahamantra Hare Krishna. And also, some people also said that Hari Kol sounds like Hari Bol. Sometimes when you say Hari Kol, Hari Bol. So he had the whole Mahamantra in his name. Hariji was found of spiritual texts, especially the Bhagavad Gita as it is, and other such ones. To fulfill his wish, my family, my wife Sachi and I, have donated Bhagavad Gitas, which you've seen at the front entrance, and we humbly request you to just take these Bhagavad Gitas. We all request you to have this Bhagavad Gita as it is. It's a very special Bhagavad Gita, even though you have Bhagavad Gitas. Please take this, because it is Hariji's special request. He asked me to help out with this one time. I wanted to share this special privilege with you, that he wanted these Bhagavad Gitas to go into every home of all the people that have come today. So please, just take the Bhagavad Gita. And to please Hariji, take at least one other book, as well as the book table. And if you would like and inspired to make a donation, beyond that, you're free to do so to Hariji's temple at the book table. Also on the topic of books, the essence of all the Vedas, the glorious Srimad Bhagavatam, is also available at the table. Why did I mention that? Because it has a very special significance to Kashmiris. I know some people in the audience, I'm also born Kashmiri, I was born in Baramulla, and Hari Kol is also Kashmiri, as some of you are in this congregation to be present here. Hariji, you are a true emblem of Kashmir, as are many people in the audience. What is the connection with Kashmiris and the Srimad Bhagavatam? Sri Kashyap Muni is mentioned several times by Vyasadeva, the author of Bhagavatam. And the word Kashmir actually comes from Kashyap Muni. That is actually proclaimed in the Bhagavatam. So it is incumbent upon every Kashmiri to have a Srimad Bhagavatam and a Bhagavad Gita in their home. So that is a connection how we have with this great saint called Kashyap Muni. Okay? So Kashyap Muni, along with his otherwise primarily Diti and Aditi, they populated the entire material universe. So we're descendants from their destiny, from their dynasty. Finally, his elder brother, Maharaj Sad, called me today. He's been calling me a few times, but today he especially called me with tears in his eyes. And he told me that Hariji had many people in India who wanted to pay their respects but could not do so. They could not make it in time. Hariji did his PhD in biochemistry from Lucknow in India. His older brother Maharaj Sahib said that hundreds of Hariji's colleagues, professors from IIT in India, send their respects and prayers and wishes on his final journey. In closing, we remind ourselves of 2 verses from the book called the Ishopanishad, Sri Ishopanishad, which is the crux of all the Ishopanishads, which are the original Vedic texts. And I'll read these 2 verses to assist Hariji in his journey going upstairs. Verse 17 in the Ishopanishad says, "Let this temporary body be burned to ashes, and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, O my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember all that I've done for you. Verse 18, O my Lord, as powerful as fire, O omnipotent one, I offer you all obeisances falling on the ground at your feet. O my Lord, please lead me on the right path to teach you, and since you know all that I have done in the past, please free me from the reactions of my past sins, so that there will be no hindrance on my progress. So these verses come from our scriptures, and you can have a Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which you've donated at the front desk, so please take one home. And if you're inspired, there's also a set of Bhagavatam, and that you can make your humble donation, and people at the front desk can help you with that. This is the first canto of Bhagavatam, which plays the entire creation and universe. So in closing, we'd like to pay our humble respects to Hariji, who is a saint among saints, and he led a lot of people to Krishna consciousness. And with that deep aspect in mind and that deep thought, we'd like to pay our humble regards by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. So you can do it all together, and you can raise your hands in the air. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Namaskar. My name is Vasu. I came to Canada in July 1988. I met Hariji in September 1988. And for the past 31 plus years, Hari has been there for me and for my family at each and every key moment of my life. Hari was kind enough to invite me to his apartment. I spent 6 months there until I found accommodation elsewhere. That was in '88. In '89, Hari helped organize my sister Radha's wedding. In 1990, Hari helped me, advised me on the immigration process for my wife, Padma. Over the next 15 years or so, Hari was there for me. Thus, I was having transitions in my career, always very helpful, very kind. And in 2013, when my father was diagnosed with cancer, Hari was there comforting my mom, the rest of us, encouraging my dad to be strong, to be positive. And in the end, when my dad passed away, Hari joined me to distribute his ashes in the Credit River. You see, Hari was not just a friend of mine. He was my elder brother. He was my guide. Someone I looked to share my deepest personal anxieties as well as my joy. Like everybody else, he was not perfect. He can be stubborn, he can be argumentative, especially in his younger years, and extremely tenacious. When a group of us played cards in his apartment on Saturday nights, he would not let us leave until he recovered his original money. So when Hari was down $40 to $50, some of us who are in this room knew that it was going to be a long night and maybe a very early morning before we left his apartment. His was this unique combination of spirituality, selflessness, and willingness to go to great lengths to help others, even to the detriment of his personal life and his family. In the last 10 years, Hari became more spiritual, more melancholic, and uncharacteristically more reserved. But he never failed to call me at least once a week. I have never missed a call from Hari in the last 31 plus years. He would check on me, I would check on him. He was ever willing to offer his assistance. While his health was failing a little bit, his generosity of spirit and kindness never diminished. Dear Hari, you leave a big gaping hole in my life. For more than half of my life, I counted on you to be there, a rock to lean on. Your affection and support for my family was unconditional. Your loss is irreplaceable. After my parents, you were my hero. In the Rig Veda, Hari is the first and the most important name of God. In Sanskrit, Hari means the remover of troubles, blockages, and pain. As Vikas mentioned, Hari may have left us physically, but he will remain in our heart forever. I leave you with one of Hari's favorite and frequent exhortations to me when we used to speak over the phone. And again, this is from the Gita. Whatever has happened for good. Whatever is happening is also for good. And whatever will happen is also for good. Hari Om.
So, as we get to know more about Hariji, no matter what we make in our life, it's all the impressions we're leaving behind is what stays back. Rest everything has to be left here when the time comes. And today, with this prayers, before we do the final prayers, I will invite everyone to come forward and offer the final respect. You will be given some petals of flowers to place them on top of the casket within the tray. And then once you place them, take a bow and go back to your seats. And we'll do it in an orderly manner. We'll begin with the last row and we'll work from last row towards the front. And while we are offering, we can have Kirtan when we are offering this final respects. And once this is completed, we will do the final ritual before we make our way to the crematorium. Once again, thank you everyone for being here. And the family is very thankful for giving such a great support. Thank you. Om Swastyayanantarkshamarishtamim mahadbhutam vayasam devatanam Azuraghamindra sakham samatsu brihadyashona So walk through the center aisle, offer the petals, and make your way back to the seats from that aisle. And you can meet the family on your way back to the seats. We'll start from the last row and we'll work forward. People in the last row can start coming forward.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishen